Triangle's #1 source for news. This is WRAL, coverage you can count on.
More than 200 undocumented immigrants arrested in North Carolina in 1 week in February. ICE says this is the new normal.
Clarissa Menendez joins us live from Raleigh to explain why ICE is making more arrests. Clarissa?
This is where lawmakers determine the future of the undocumented community here in North Carolina. Today I spoke with a woman who tells me she worries for the future.
When Alejandra moved to the U.S. 7 years ago, she never thought her American dream would turn into a nightmare. She says her American husband kept her as a prisoner in her own home for 5 years before putting her out on the streets. At that point, she was fearful of deportation, a fear many undocumented immigrants experienced in recent weeks. ICE stepped up its immigration raids in the state. This comes after a number of sheriffs decided to no longer house ICE detainees in local jails.
Non-cooperation policies that force ICE to go into the community to make arrests, that increases the likelihood that ICE will encounter more persons in violation of federal immigration law.
This has become an even hotter issue because of what happened here at the legislature yesterday. A bill would force local sheriffs to cooperate with ICE investigations.
For us, this is a complete response, another kind of wave of scare tactics, and we're basically asking, if this does pass, for the governor to veto it so that he can show that he is actually looking out for the best interests of the community.
For Alejandra, the thought of separating families is heartbreaking. When there is a possibility of deportation, it rips out your soul.
The new House bill would fine sheriffs about $26,000 per day if they don't cooperate with ICE officials. ICE spokesman Brian Cox tells me they'll be moving forward with the investigations.
Clarissa Menendez, live in Raleigh. Thank you.
Mayors of 7 cities in North Carolina have condemned recent ICE raids. This includes mayors from Durham, Fayetteville, Chapel Hill, and Carrboro. The mayors acknowledge they can't stop ICE from operating in their cities, but say it's important to condemn the raids and support families who have been affected.
Wake County Schools has also taken a stance against the raids. Superintendent Kathy Moore has talked with principals to familiarize them with ICE's sensitive locations policies. Those policies limit where agents can enforce laws. Since schools are off-limit districts, leaders say students are safe.
School resource officers are not assigned any immigration enforcement duties. In addition, principals are being asked to notify the superintendent of any attempt by any immigration law enforcement official to enter school property.
Parents and teachers have asked to expand the school policy to specifically address ICE and undocumented students.